Okay, here we are, we're back. Let's continue where we left off. Okay, so this is still a question mark, but let's leave it for now.
Okay.
Let's hope we can figure out how to make it work. So what happens after this?
What happens after this?
When we click one of these, what happens?
Let's click request an appointment, in which case a calendar will come up showing you when Gabriela is available.
Okay. Okay. And then you click on a day, I guess.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. Maybe there's I can do this. Something like that. Where you can see the days that are green, the days that are red.
Yeah, it'll probably be more of a weekly or something.
Tell me. Like this. Yeah, let me see. I have a good one. I use. It's called Sunrise, and it has a good. Yeah. Instead of this, something like this. I'm gonna share it on my webcam. I don't know if you can see. It's too bright. There we go.
Oh, look at, oh my gosh. Yeah, you're fancy. Yep.
Yeah, I have a lot of meetings. But yeah, basically it's got the dates at the top. Okay, let me see if I can somehow recreate it real quick. So yeah, she has available these slots tomorrow, and then these other slots another day. Do this one. And then can you see me?
Oh wow, this is impressive. I'm looking through Doctor On Demand, and they have basic information about your child. They've got female, male, and other. We have gotten very progressive.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
So tap on the available slot that suits you best. Something like this, where they also have a scroll bar. What do you think, Kirsten?
I think you're a very handsome guy with your tree in the back. There we go. Yes, exactly.
Magically, it's perfect. This is better reveal. Okay, so they tap on one, right?
Yep.
And then, hooray! What happens? They get like a big check mark.
Please enter your credit card information.
Oh, hello. Yeah, I was all like, done. Yeah, so how does that work?
How does that work?
Yeah, do they pay per visit, or do they have a credit card on file with you and they buy tokens? Like I saw the doctor things. that app you said, you have to have, it's with fake money basically. Let me see.
Fake money? Oh my goodness, that's
Apply coupon, it says. Oh, maybe it's an in-app purchase. How about that?
a coupon.
No, they here, instead of putting the credit card info, they buy a visit from Apple. You know, like those games where you buy crap?
Right.
In-app purchase. So they get the little Apple alert that says, do you agree to buy, you know, Brad would like to charge $40 for this visit. Cancel. Agree.
Okay, but they're not getting this from the Apple Store, Peldi. This is our website.
It is?
Yeah. We're building a web app.
Yeah, but even that, you can still do it.
Okay.
You could wrap the web app in a native wrapper thing. There's ways.
I mean, I think what we should maybe do is give, because the thing that makes me concerned about that, and I need to look into the fiscal laws, if they're buying something, does that then make it a good? In which case we are applying 22% EVA, whereas if they are paying for a service, there is no 22% EVA?
Let me see.
Because I think that, I mean, that's obviously a fairly big difference in, it can end up being a fairly big difference in pricing, that 22%.
Oh no, of course. I don't know if the terms of the Apple's terms of services even let you selling services via in-app purchase. No, this is products. That's physical products. Maybe nobody's ever thought of this. Maybe it's just a bad idea.
Maybe we're revolutionizing something.
Anyways,
But Apple's already taking 30% of it looks like.
Yeah, it does. But you're saving a bunch of money not managing your own, not integrating with a payment processor, blah, blah, blah. But it's not the end of the world. People do it all the time. Okay, so never mind. Let's go the traditional route. So here, this is when they pay before,
Or being that we're in Italy, do we give the option of pay for the visit now or pay the doctor in cash?
yeah, I do like having that option. Or maybe just let them do it in cash.
But I give an option, Peldi, because we are dealing mostly with expats who are used to doing everything with credit cards. And I think it should be an option, no?
It's an expensive option to offer for you. Dealing with payment processing is not a negligible development cost.
Okay, but Peldi, when we are doing video online consultations, what, someone's going to come into the store to pay for their video consultation?
You have to do it anyways. I'm not very smart today, huh?
No, I just don't think you've sat and thought about this for the past 9 months like I have.
That I think is a fair assessment, yes. Okay, so you tap here and this is,
I'm looking at the tree again, just so you know.
oh gosh,
Such a lovely tree.
they tap here and that's it. They pay.
Or I think we should give them the option to pay in cash.
Okay, so where does it say the cost? Is it gonna say here? Does it cost differently? I think an appointment is probably more expensive than a call, right? Or
Yeah, that's a good point there, Peldi Pants.
not so that.
Where are we doing pricing? Because okay, well, this might be exactly where it is then. Okay, yes, I want Tuesday at 3:00. Okay, your cost of a visit. I mean, we may have to have a sort of menu button somewhere at the bottom on one of the home screen that has pricing, just to try and be as transparent as possible.
For sure.
But this, I think, would be the place in which you've chosen your appointment, 3:00. Okay, your half an hour appointment with the midwife will be we're doing in-home visit, so will be €90. Would you like to pay now with credit card, or do you prefer to pay the practitioner in cash?
Should we do it this way?
Is that some kosher?
Yeah. Look at my screen. Could it be that some days are more expensive than others?
No.
So does it make sense to put it like this? No, not really.
Well, what I'm seeing is so small, I can't see the.
Here, let me zoom in.
Okay, yeah.
I put the price there, but no, this makes sense if some prices might be different. If they're all going to be the same, then maybe.
Well,
it should be
you know what though? That is a good point, because the pediatrician appointments will change. Like, it's more for weekends and after office hours, shall we call it?
Right. Okay, so let's go with this for now. So I'll put it instead of or maybe the same color, just changing the price because it's 10 p.m. or whatever.
Right.
So this is good. This gives them the price. This is for appointments. For video chat, it will be similar but different prices.
Yeah.
The question, how does that work? Do you charge for those?
That's a touchy subject, because you want people to be able to have access to their healthcare professionals, but at the same time, it can be somewhat abusive. I mean, they are professionals. They should be compensated for their time. If you end up having, a half an hour long WhatsApp back and forth.
Yeah, for sure. And at the same time, you don't want to kind of nickel and dime your customers.
Yeah.
Every time they do anything, they're going to get charged. Have you considered a completely different model, which is a subscription model?
I have, but the subscription model, what I have thought about is when we have tourists or vacationers here.
Yeah, you just want one off, yeah.
Yeah, it's, exactly what happened with Nora. I sent you guys our pediatrician, who, if that had happened, 3 months from now, I would have just said, go click on the website.
Right.
So, and in that kind of a situation, Nora's not going to sign up for a subscription.
Maybe it's not ask a question, but get a consultation, get a text.
Send a text,
request
send a
live
message.
live chat consultation. Right, so they get an hour.
No, I don't want to offer that because that's what we're doing with the video appointment.
Oh,
right?
Okay, so then what is this for? What do you envision this?
It could be something for the pediatrician who okay, let's think of Nora's example. Okay, you got the medication. Next, you say, okay, the fever's not coming down. Should I give a second dose? Something which is not an urgent question, but yes, it would be nice to be able to have that communication.
Okay, then maybe it's just send a message.
Yeah, send a message. And we will answer at our earliest convenience.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't set expectations that they're gonna be there. It's not a chat.
Yeah.
It's sending a text message.
Communication.
Say it again, sorry?
It's not for extended communication.
Right. Yeah, let's put it this way. Okay. Okay, so say they're doing the appointment one. They go here, 90 euros.
Yep.
And then credit card details. So here I'm going to go get a screenshot from Stripe.
Credit card detail, but then again, I think this is where we should give the option of paying the practitioner in cash.
Hold on a second. Taking a screenshot. Okay, so or so this is a screenshot from this Stripe, which is a payment processor. It gives you checkout stuff, and you already have their email, so you wouldn't even ask for their email. You would just ask for these things. Or you may pay Gabriella in cash when she comes visit. On Web 15. Okay, something like that. And then we'll do something like that. Okay. Let's pick up back the colors. There.
We should we have in writing somewhere here, your card will only be charged after the appointment has taken place.
How do you want to do that? Is that what's going to happen?
I think it's going to have to, because we're also going to have to set terms about cancellations.
Okay. The terms, I don't think you need to remind them here of the terms because they already agreed to them when they signed up.
Okay.
But you could do this actually. You could do it this way. All terms. So people can see them if they want to. Okay. So can we finally have the yay?
We can, but I also think that there should be check your email for appointment confirmation.
Yes. Appointment booked. Please check your email wait a minute. They don't know where to go.
Who doesn't know where to go?
Gabriela doesn't know where to go.
Oh, good. Yes, that's a good.
So I don't know if asking them for their current location is a good idea or asking them to put an address or both.
Current location for booking an appointment in the future, I feel, is less important because they could be at their mother-in-law's for dinner when they're booking the appointment. So
to pre-fill the address with their current location if they want to. I have an idea on how to do that. So they would do it before paying, right?
Yes.
Okay, so here is where how do you say that? Location. And then here we just have copy something. I don't know, the usual. Oh. Hello?
Hi, I'm here.
Can you still see my screen?
Yes, I can.
So this would happen after they pick the time, right? Before they pay.
Yep. Yep. Brilliant.
So yeah, I don't know. This is the
Street, city, and we're gonna have to have telephone number in there somewhere.
oh yeah, right. Label on buzzer.
I think maybe also here, Peldi, we ask for a telephone number in case of, like best phone number for contact if the citofono is broken or, those fun things. that happen?
Yeah, we can do that. I understand. So here we can add some details, like some labels in between these. But I thought we could do this,
Yeah.
and if they click this, then that's where you ask them, I would like to know your location.
Right. I'm happy to do that. I have to say almost every app that I use here, I don't know if it's a Roam thing, but I'll put my location from my house and it gives a numero chivo a block and a half away.
Oh, all right.
So if we do use my current location, like it should be like confirm that this is right.
Yeah, forget it. Let's take it away.
Okay, taking it away.
Continue to payment. Okay.
This is exciting. It's like beginning to look like something instead of just like ideas swirling in my head.
That's why we're doing it. The value of wireframing.
No, seriously, this is really putting all of this into something that looks real.
Right.
Wow.
Very good, very good. So, there is one more thing that I think we should do today, which is, I think, fairly easy. Remember?
Okay.
Remember?
I got to skedaddle in about 15 to get Millie.
Yeah, that's fine. So you see,
Okay.
So I think we did this part.
I need help. Okay, yep.
More than that, actually. So what's missing is these things. Provided profiles. No, this one is, you get to it already. But content, video discounts, account settings. So that stuff, I think we could do with icons here.
Exactly. This is the secondary. Right. This is we've got added value, right, but not our main point.
Right. So this is something like home, and that's where you are right now. Then there's like resources, and then there's settings. My account, and then there's logout. I don't know what you want here.
This is making me really, just so you know.
What?
This is making me really excited.
Oh, good. So I need to make the text smaller or remove the text entirely. Okay, something like that. No, this. Okay. Okay, so for now we're gonna leave these alone. But they're going to be here.
Wow, how cool is that?
So that's where you are right now. And then here, I guess at the bottom there, or somewhere, there's a back. There's like a back.
Yeah, back button I'm feeling should be at the top,
yeah,
for whatever reason.
Oh, look at you.
What's that?
Look at you.
What, having opinions?
Yeah, you got it. You totally got it. That's where I was going to put it. Okay. I'll put it everywhere.
Putting it everywhere.
It's good. It gives people confidence. And then here we say, go home.
What? I'm sorry. What does that say?
This will say home.
Home. Okay.
Back.
Should it say home, or now that they've made an appointment, I don't know, should it say check out some of our useful content?
You're a marketing genius. Okay. Yes, so let's see.
Would you like to be a member of the Hot Mamas Club?
Yeah. Okay, you know what? So here I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna make a note here, sticky, where we say, I think it's called an upsell. Yeah.
Upset.
Okay, this to be defined.
Okay.
But anyways, I wanted to make sure to capture these guys here for the next time. Okay.
Wow, Peldi, this is so cool. This is like everything that's been swirling in my head for 9 months is kind of like coming into a type of structure and linear logic.
And you've done most of the work. I'm just writing what you say.
Wow.
So it's good. It's a great exercise. I love it.
Wow, how cool is that? Wow.
All right, I'm gonna send you this file again, so you have
Oh,
it.
that is so cool.
Okay, I gotta go, Kirsten. We'll do another one.
Cyber high five! There we go. I got the 3. Oh, this is awesome.
Excellent. We'll talk soon, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you, Peldi.
Bye.
Bye.